Yes, please.
Okay. So if I ask a question and you want to respond, please, you can put it in the chat box and I'll be going through as we continue. So for today's class, it's orientation. So it's just to like brief you on how the class will go, the structure, what you are going to learn during each week, and also talk about some ground rules. Then if there's more time, I'm hoping we'll spend just 1 hour today. If there is more time, we'll talk about the most important skills that every designer should have or should be able to master. So that's basically what we'll be covering for today. So if you don't know me, I think most of you have not met me before, but I've met few of you before. I know Vera from school. So brief introduction, I'm Francisca Hinfo. Kindly mute yourself when you are not talking. Friends, kindly mute yourself. Let me see if I can share my screen. Okay. So if I think all of us were in the free class, right? So you know a bit about my background. I'll just want to project it briefly so that probably those who were not in the first class. Please, can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Can you see my screen? Please respond in the chat box. Okay, Francisca said yes. Thank you, Francisca. Okay, so this is a bit about me. So in summary, I'm a graphic designer. I am a digital trainer. I got my degree from the University of Ghana as education and information studies, but I wasn't trained as a teacher. I was rather trained for the administrative staff in education. So those who deal with administration when it comes to education, those who design curriculum, those who design courses. So that's what I was trained, and also information studies. But then when I was in school in level 100, I learned graphic design. So I've been designing for like 5 years now. And I also started training in the same year because I love teaching people. So yeah, and then I started Smooth Tech in 2020 when I realized that most senior high school students, when they complete senior high school, they are a bit confused on what to do next. So I started Smooth Tech just for guiding students through transition from senior high school to university or to start anything else they want to do, maybe start a business or learn a skill or anything. But then as the years move on, as I move through school and I've graduated, I've done my national service, and I've also worked in the corporate sector for a while. I've realized that it is not only senior high school students that have questions or that need help when it comes to transitioning into other sectors. University graduates also need help when it comes to applying for work, starting a business, starting an NGO. They have questions, okay? Even people that are working in the professional sector also have questions. So I have, let's say, make Smoothie a little more bigger, or I've um I have revised our goals and our vision and our mission to include helping individuals. So, which means anybody else at all that needs help when it comes to transition, guidance when it comes to transition. So we empower them to upskill and then also thrive. Okay, so they transition smoothly, they upskill, and then they thrive. So not to bore you so much, I'm also a virtual assistant. Virtual assistant simply means that you assist people. So you are an administration assistant or a personal assistant, but in this wise, it's online. You help the person online, so you don't have to go to the office. So anything that you are doing to help the person with their business or their work or their life, it's online. And I'm also into customer service, which is helping businesses go through customer service. And basically, that is it. So, not to bore you so much, that's a little about me. I will also want each and every one of us to introduce ourselves. So you mention your name, just 1 minute. So your name, what you do, and anything else you want us to know about you. So maybe you can tell us a fun fact about you. So for me, I love cooking for loved ones, and I also love singing. So you can introduce yourself. If you're a student, let us know. If you are working, if you have a business, you can tell us about that. So briefly, what you want us to know, you want us to know about you. So this is for networking purposes, so that everybody here knows who are that person they are learning with and how that person can help or improve their life as time goes on. Vera, do you want to start with us as you have raised your hand? So you can go ahead. If you want to ask a question,
So
you want to start with the intro, you can start.
my network isn't stable, so I want to quickly do it before I drop off. So I'm Vera Anwa Edwin. Currently a Leave for Ghana fellow.
Hello, Vera, are you done?
Hello, were you able to hear me?
Yes, we
My
could hear
network.
you.
Okay.
Okay, I think Vera's line is still breaking. I cannot longer hear you. Vera, are you still here?
Hello. Yeah, so I'm saying I'm Vera Anwa Edwin. I'm a Leave for Ghana fellow teaching at Bosomche Girls STEM High School.
Okay.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, so I look forward to enjoying this class. Thank you.
Thank you, Vera, for that brief introduction. So Vera has introduced herself. Let me start mentioning names so that we can continue. Yvonne, Yvonne, kindly introduce yourself. Hello, Yvonne. Unmute yourself, then you introduce yourself. If you are talking, we cannot hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Please go ahead.
Okay. I'm Yvonne Adokbiri Atosina from Bolka. I'm a graduate of Bogatanga Technical University. I'm currently jobless. I'm finding out to get some job one day. Thank you.
Thank you. Belinda.
Yeah.
Hello, Belinda. Please unmute yourself. Okay, so Grace. Grace can go ahead and introduce herself. Please, if your background is noisy or you want to introduce yourself in the chat box rather. Please, you can
Hello.
put it in the chat box and I'll read it. Hello, is that Grace? Grace, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Grace Akusecha. I'm a student of KNSC. I'm in second year,
Okay.
Natural Resources.
Okay. All right. Francisca.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yes, please. My name is Francisca. So I'm a student of University of Ghana. I'm also a preschool teacher.
Okay. Thank you. Richard, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Richard Nyakuti. I'm a student of University of Ghana.
Okay. It's like you guys are not sharing your fun facts, but it's fine. So I think the last person is Sarah. Hello, Sarah. Please go ahead and introduce yourself. Okay. Sarah, if you are there, please go ahead and introduce yourself. So for now, Belinda said her name is Belinda Boache. She works in a bank and she loves to sing. And she has currently developed love for designing. Okay, Belinda, it's nice having you here. Okay, Sarah, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm working, that's why.
Okay, you can put your introduction in the chat box then.
Let me just introduce myself. So I am Sarah Safu, currently an administrator in Academ Hospital. I love creative stuff. So I chanced on this opportunity and then I decided to join you and learn how to perfect my skill in Canva. So that's why I'm here.
Okay, thank you, Sarah. So let's move on quickly. I don't want us to waste my time. So brief ground rules. Rule number one, we are all supposed to join all live session. It's compulsory. And then also we should join on time. We should come on time so that we can close on time. And then we should also make it a point to join all live session. It's very compulsory. But we are human, so due to some emergencies, maybe you cannot join. Please send notice ahead. You can send it before the day or in the morning. Okay, any emergencies, kindly prompt me. Let me know before the day or even earlier, not after the class. It should be before the class so that we don't come and be asking where you are. Okay, I hope that is clear. Also, when we join the class, most of the class will be hands-on sessions, like we'll be designing, we'll be working on a project together. So we'll pick up a design and then we'll work through it. Most of them will be from scratch. We'll be working on it from scratch. So you should try your best to join the class on your laptop. I think during the registration form that you fill, most of you said you'll be using both your laptop and your phone. I think only one person has promised me that they will be using their phone for now for the class. So I have one person in mind that is using only phone. But for now, kindly make sure that you join the class with your laptop so that you can go through the lesson or you can follow what we are doing as we are doing it. So that when you encounter problems whilst you are working on it, you can ask questions, right? It doesn't also mean that with every step that we are taking, you should ask what to do. So you just have to follow what we are doing, and then when you encounter a major challenge, maybe what you are pressing is not working, or you are not finding what we are saying you should find, as much as I've explained or show how to find it, you prompt me, whether in the chat box or you raise your hands, and then I will attend to you. So we should always be participating in class. Don't join the class for joining sake and be doing your own thing. As much as I'll try my best to record the sessions and then share it later, it is important to follow as the class is going on so that you can ask real-time questions, right? Also, we should all make sure to submit our assignments, our project works on time. If you can submit it before the deadline, it's great. So every project or assignment will come with a deadline, and make sure that you have submitted it on time, because every week will come with its own project. It will not even be one assignment for a week. It will be multiple assignments. So if you have not submitted week one assignment, how do you work with week two assignments? You are just going to stress yourself. So make sure that you progress with that. You move on with us, and you are not left behind by not submitting the assignment, because when it comes to designing, practicing is actually what makes you better, what makes you improve, and you learn more as you practice. Are we still with me? Are you guys still with me?
We are with you.
Okay. Another thing is that when we join sessions, kindly make sure that your video and also your microphone is off until you want to speak. So when you want to speak, if I've mentioned your name, you just go ahead and say what you want to say. But then until I've not asked you to speak, kindly mute yourself, and then you can raise your hand if you want to speak, so that I will mention your name, and then you can go ahead and speak. With that said, all all sessions will be recorded. I'll try my best to record all sessions. So this is a notice to all participants that all sessions will be recorded, so that I know that I have your permission to record the section. And you are aware that we are recording the section. So we give this notice so that in case if your video is on, you know that we are recording the section, right? So you don't wear something that you don't want other people to see you in. Or if you are talking in the class, you don't say something that if we have posted the video somewhere, you are not okay with people hearing you say it. So that's the purpose of the notice I'm giving, so that you are aware that this meeting is being recorded, and any action I'm taking here, I'm okay with it going outside of the immediate class we are having. I hope that is okay. With that said, I will briefly go through the give me a minute. I want to project the schedule I posted. I hope we've all seen it, because I posted it in the classroom. That's where most of our information will be shared. Although we have a WhatsApp platform, it's not our official communication channel. So if you have to do an assignment, I'll post it in the Google Classroom so that you have lifetime access. WhatsApp can easily erase all the chats, right? You can easily lose your chat. But then when it comes to the Google Classroom, you will have it forever. Anytime you log into your account, you should be able to access the class so that you can go over it if you need to. So all videos will be shared there, all resources will be shared there, all assignments will be posted there. So please, let's try our best to be checking that place, the Google Classroom, for our information. I think when I share something that you should receive an email. Can anybody confirm when I shared the announcement, did we get an email?
Yes.
Okay, great. So what should you expect during this class? So we are going to master Canva tools. We are going to master Canva itself, how to use Canva, the different tools and all that. We are also going to do hands-on projects. So we are going to do different design, different graphics, and we are going to learn about their, I think, let me just say, rules that govern each of them, right? So when it comes to logo, what rules apply to it? If you are designing for brands, maybe marketing materials, what rules apply to it? Then you are going to apply your skills by doing your assignment and your project, okay? Please mute yourself. And then apart from this, we are going to do a project together. So that is to help us earn money together. Hello, I'm trying to share my screen, so give me a minute. Please, can you all see my screen? Can you see the schedule? Somebody should please respond in the chat box.
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. So, please mute yourself. Kindly mute yourself, please. So these are our activities for each week. So week 1, we have orientation. We'll be going through our design ebooks, and then we'll access our Canva Pro account. Then we'll talk about skills designers must have. We'll do a Canva deep dive. Then we'll work on branding design. So that will be logos, business cards, letterhead. So I want us to start with that so that we progress. We will use the logos, the business card, the letterheads that we are using to access or work on the other projects we'll be working on. And resources needed, you just need your Google account because that is what you will use to access your Canva account. And then this one is not compulsory. The 100 cedis is for your Canva Pro account. So that is for 6 months. So if you want to get a Canva Pro account, it's for 100 cedis and it's for 6 months. So that is just that you can have more question on it if you have any question, and we can discuss it on the page later on. So that's what we'll be doing for this week. So tomorrow and then Monday we'll be working on branding designs. Okay. Then week 2, which will be next week, we will start working on social media flyers. So we'll work on product flyer, church flyer, marketing flyer, and then an event flyer. Then week 3, we'll work on invitation card, book covers. We'll work on pull-up banner with QR code, presentation, video design, and then launch of our project end. So with each week, when we meet the 3 times live session, we'll work on one flyer, right? So if maybe today is week 2, day 1, we'll work on maybe a product flyer. Then tomorrow we'll work on church flyer. The next day we'll work on marketing flyer. So we realize that event flyer hasn't come yet, right? So that one will be pre-recorded and shared. I'll record that and then I will share it with you guys so that you can watch it and practice. And then I will give you your assignments on everything we've learned. Then you can work on it within the week and submit before we meet for the next week designs. So that will be it. So let me talk briefly on Project N. So Project N is a way of helping everybody that signed up for the class to earn their money back. So at least you should earn your 100 cedis back by the end of the class. How are we going to do that? So you see the way when I was starting this class, each of you saw the link in a group, right? In a WhatsApp page. So somebody shared on their status or in a group, and then you saw it and you clicked on it, right? So this is a form of affiliate marketing, I would say. So we are giving you the opportunity to organize a class with us. So everybody is going to have a class, which I will create and give you a link. Then what you have to do is to share it as wide as you can. So you share it with your network. I will help you get people into the classroom. We'll do our free class together. So you are basically helping people get free knowledge. Then afterwards, we'll launch the masterclass on the page, and then everybody that sign up on your page, you get 20 cedis per person. So that will be your commission. So if anybody that pays any amount at all, they sign up with for the class, for the master class, you get to earn 20 cedis. So let's say that if you get 5 people, so you need only 5 people to sign up from your class, and you make 100 cedis, so you make your money back. Apart from that, also, you get opportunity to work on your own marketing flyer, right? When we are working on our marketing flyer, we'll do a flyer for yourself. So you do a flyer with your services as a designer, and you put it on. Maybe I do a flyer, I do a logo, I do a business card, I do a letterhead, whatever. Maybe if you need birthday card, reach out to me. And most people in your network, they need some form of designs, right? So they will reach out, and then we'll help you design, work on the flyer or the design for the person. But then if you think you cannot do it, we will do it for you. And so that is the way of, let's say, you earning your money back. So the project week, which will be from week 2, week 3 to week 4, you get to earn money. And this is really important to me because you see, when you start learning something, it's quite difficult, especially if you are doing it on your own. But then when you start applying it in the real world, let's say somebody contacts you during the project week, and then they say they want a birthday flyer, and you are able to work on it for them, okay? And they give you feedback. Obviously, that is going to give you some form of excitement to continue learning and do more. So this project week is really important to me. And then anybody in your network that get the opportunity to also join the masterclass from your group will later on say, oh, it was Vera or it was Yvonne that shared the group name. I came to learn graphic design because of this person. And that is an achievement on its own. Please, if your microphone is on, kindly check and mute yourself, please, so that we don't get feedback in the call. Thank you. So with that said, you will just need your Canva account, and you also need a WhatsApp account, because that's where you will share your project link, your class link with other people to join. So please don't take yourself out. It's actually compulsory for all of us to go through the project together. And then we'll have our week 4 where we are going to work on our portfolio and our websites. And then we'll talk about LinkedIn, how to optimize your LinkedIn account for job. About, I think, almost 2 months, right? I got a job without applying for it, and it was on LinkedIn. So someone sent me a message. I think it was actually 2 jobs. And so the first one was a guy. He sent me a message that he realized that I do customer service. Can I send my CV over? His company is hiring. And I sent my CV, and then the next day he said that I should bring my CV to the office. Apparently, it was an interview session. I didn't even. So I went in, I did a short interview, and the next day they sent me an offer in my email. I ended up rejecting it because the place is quite far from where I live, and also um the pay was actually good, but calculating my fare from everything, I realized that, well, it's not worth it. So I didn't take it. But then, yeah, it's possible to get work from LinkedIn. So we are going to work on our LinkedIn account, and then we are going to work on our portfolio. So everything that we are working on, all the assignments, if you're able to complete it, now we will use that for our website, our portfolio. Do you guys know what a portfolio is? So portfolio is just like a summary of your background, who you are, what you do, and then the work that you've done, people you've worked with, their testimonies. So it sum up what you are. If you are saying that you're a graphic designer, what do you do? How do you do it? What are some of the work you've done? What are some of the impacts you've made? Who are some people you've worked with? And then what are some of the um things you've achieved as a designer. So you will use everything we've worked on in the past week to create your portfolio, and I'll guide you through it. We'll work on it in Canva. Then in week 5, we'll end our project, and then we'll also have our graduation ceremony. So that is basically what we'll be doing during the class. I'm excited already. I'm really excited for this class. So I hope that you're also excited and you will make the most out of it. Most of our sessions will be on Zoom. I think hello, is anybody here with me?
Yes.
Okay. So because this Zoom account is not paid for, it goes up, I think, for every 40 minutes. So when this one goes up, I think it will take like 5 minutes for us to rejoin. So please make sure you rejoin so that we can wrap up. Okay, our end is at least 6. So let's come back and then wrap up. But before it ends, let's continue with what I was saying. So what is it in for you? You are going to learn and master Canva. You are going to build your portfolio, and then you are going to get money from this class. You are going to earn money through the project, and then you are going to network with other people. Okay, you will use this opportunity to meet the other students. You will network with them and get to know what they do. The way we introduce ourselves, now you know you have a brief background about each other. Okay, so don't be an island, connect with each other and then learn. Okay, so welcome back. Is my screen showing? I'm sharing my screen, but I think it's not showing.
Yes.
Yes, we can see.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So let's continue. I want to briefly talk about the skills that every designer should master or should leverage on because they are very important. So apart from the technical aspect of design, right? So let's talk about mastering the design tool itself, maybe using Canva, Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, whatever platform that you've chosen to use, and then learning about the basic knowledge of graphic design, what graphic designers do and all that, which we did in the pre-class, and also learning about the elements and principles of design, and also learning about typography. So the technical aspects, right? When you master all those things. Now let's talk about let's say, soft skills that you need, which helps you personally to be the best graphic designer. Okay. And also, when you are a graphic designer and you are not working for a company full time, so as an employee, that means it's your business, right? So you have to manage it as a business. You have to work like a business person and then manage it as a business. So the first skill I want to talk about is communication skill. This one, I can't emphasize it enough. It's so much important to master communication skills as a graphic designer because every work that you get from the get-go, okay, if somebody send you a message and say, hi, um, Francisca, I need a design for a church. Please mute yourself. Maybe they are doing a old school week, okay, and then we need a flyer. Immediately they send you, that's it becomes a project, right? So how you communicate with the client, how you respond to that message, what kind of information you give to the client, how they respond, how you are able to manage. So it's like you are managing people, right? So how you communicate to people is so important as a graphic designer. You are supposed to be able to communicate well and on time. Okay, so be a good sorry about that, both oral and written communication should be on point. Don't write to your client in shorthand. Please, it's not professional. Act as a professional because this is your business, so it is your workplace. So be professional in your communication. Give updates when it's necessary. Let the client know this project has reached this stage. Will be done tomorrow, or we will not be able to complete it tomorrow or this day. Are you okay with us finishing it next week? Please communicate well. Apart from the normal communication that you have with your client, another another thing that this communication skill is important is you communicating your project results. Okay. So how you present the result to your client is important because sometimes the flyer will be nice, so but the way you present it will make the client think it's not nice. Let's say if you are designing a billboard for a client, they have a picture, a mental picture of billboards, like the way they've been hanged, right? Not when it is sent on WhatsApp or an email or Google Drive. They've not really seen billboards in that form, right? But that's what we produce. So if you present it that way, the client will be thinking, this is not the picture I have in mind, or it doesn't look quite it, right? But they've forgotten that it will be printed and it will become bigger, and also they will mount it so it will look different, right? So give them that presentation. Don't send the banner to them raw like that. They will think it's not nice. So present it. So we have something called mock-ups, right? You present your design the way it will look in the raw life. So if maybe a Momo vendor asks you to brand their container for them, right? And you do the design, the sticker that they will use to wrap the container, and you send it through WhatsApp. They would not really picture how it will look, but if you mock it up around a container, they have exactly how it's going to look after it has been printed, right? So they can look at it and be like, oh, okay, this is how it will look. I like it or I don't like it. So present your designs well. Be able to communicate your mental picture of what the thing will look like or what you think the end product will be. Or even some clients are really controversial. They don't even know what they want to, but then they will come and stress you. Like, trust me, designing is quite stressful. It's not an easy profession. Okay, it's very stressful because it's like everybody talks about it, but almost like 80% people in the world doesn't really know what it entails or what it goes into designing. When somebody actually sit down to design, most people don't know what goes into it. So they think that, oh, somebody will chat to you and be like, oh, can you do it this fast, like in like 30 minutes, can you finish? They they don't know that you have to now read the design brief. Design brief basically means what they've sent you, the information they've given you. Okay. Now you would read the design brief and then decide which kind of category of design this falls under, whether it's a marketing flyer or a product flyer or event flyer, whatever, if it's a brand flyer, whatever the purpose of it is for. Now you have to do your research on it, right? So that you know exactly what to do and what not to do, and also find inspiration. Sometimes you even have creativity block. You don't really have a mental picture of what you want to do yet. So you need time to figure it out first. Then when you even sit down, now you have to download resources. Then after that, when you sit down to actually put it together, it will take you at least an hour. Some people design fast, so maybe 40 minutes. But then mostly it will take you like at least an hour to put it together. I think my design time at average it will be 2 hours when I start. I will research, get my information, then I'll download the resources I need, and then I'll start designing, right? So the process will take me like 2 hours. And sometimes one project will take you like 6 hours, trust me, to stress the hell out of you. So when the person is stressing you, that's not the time for you to also start shouting on the person. No, we don't do that because it's your professional business. That's your business place. You know how to manage your customers using the right communication skills. Know how to communicate that, oh, something came up, or with this design brief, I need this and this amount of time. Let them know that if they want you to do maybe 3 revision, it will cost this much. Let them know how much the design will cost upfront. Okay. I will even advise you have a contract. To have some form of contract stating what the client is expecting of you and what you are also expecting from the client to be able to complete the project. And then afterwards, you know that this is binding and let the person agree to it. Because trust me, they will share the hell out of you. Are you guys still with me? Hello.
Hi.
Okay. So that is it for communication. That's it for communication. Okay, Vera, I will check my messages when I leave this meeting. That is it for communication skills. So moving on, let's talk about problem solving skills. I think I've even mentioned some of them. So as I said, clients will stress you, okay? And because it's business, every business has its own challenges. And then as a designer, know that your main purpose is not designing flyers. So it's not like just creating flyers or posters or banners. No, your main purpose, well, the problem you are solving is communication problem. It's virtual communication problem. That's what you are solving. So you are not there to just create flyers. What is the purpose of the flyer? Is to send an information to an audience, right? So if it's a church, they want to tell their members that we are meeting this Friday at this time. This is the purpose of our meeting, and this is the place we'll meet, right? So that is what you are communicating. So that is the problem you are solving. So you have to approach every design challenge with strategic thinking. Approach every design challenge with strategic thinking. Think about it like, okay, I'm going to solve this church communication problem. How best do I go about it? If I use maybe blue, will it be able to catch the attention of the members better so that they read the information on the flyer? That's the problem you are solving. Also, when managing clients, problems arises, right? Maybe the client doesn't get what you are saying and you didn't deliver on time, so they are angry. How do you manage that? And then find creative solutions for clients and your audience needs. So that is for problem solving. You have to be a problem solver because as a graphic designer, you're actually solving a problem. So master the art of solving problems. Then the next skill I want to talk about is attention to details. This one too is so important. Maybe I'll put it at number two when it comes to communication is number one, and attention to detail is number two. It's so up there. Have you ever seen a fly? A fly? Is it they have this memes that they send around when a design doesn't go well, especially this maybe food joints, right? Mostly I don't know who designed their flyers or posters or whatever. They have these big spelling mistakes in there that is so obvious. It just makes you laugh, right? So you have to pay attention to details. So imagine you created a presentation slide for a CEO, and then they open the slide, and the first page, the company name is wrong. It's a big deal. Okay, Sarah, so I think what I'm projecting is the schedule for the week. And then what I'm talking about now is the skills that every designer should master. I hope we are clear now. Sure. All right. So I hope nobody else is confused. So as I was saying, attention to detail. So imagine that happened in a meeting, right? Somebody, you design a presentation slide for maybe even your classmate, right? And they present it and your group name is wrong. You didn't pay attention to detail. So that can affect the whole project. When a client send you the information, make sure you read it well enough to know exactly what is expected of you. Pay attention to every single letter, word in there so that you know the problem you are solving and how best to solve it. I think you can actually get how do they call it? Accountability partner, right? So you can get somebody from this class as your design partner. And then when you finish designing, because sometimes you are so focused, your eyes have been on the screen for a while, so you don't really pick the mistake at once, right? So you can send it to that person, and then when the person goes through their design, they can easily point out what is wrong and what is not wrong. And then they can tell you. So it's like you are getting feedback, right? Before you send it to the client. So number three, I've said attention to detail, I've said communication skills, and then problem solving skills. Now let's talk about time management. As I was saying, at most I use like 2 hours on a design project. Maybe you have multiple design work, right? And because maybe you are not working with a company and it's your own work, you have to manage your own time. Yeah, you have to be able to say that from 8 a.m. to maybe 10 a.m. I'm doing this design, and from 10 to 11 I'm doing this design. You have to be able to manage your because the client has deadline, they've given you deadline, right? You've told them that I'll send it by 10 a.m. in the morning. So you have to be able to meet that. You have to be able to meet, and please keep your word. Keep your word when you give it to your client. When you tell your client that it's A, please make sure it is A. Don't lie to your client. Okay. So with that said, I said that time management, manage your time well. You'll be managing multiple projects and meeting deadlines, right? So do that efficiently. You can use your notes book to like be jotting the projects you have to work on and the time you have and the deadline for each of them. And then you can prioritize them because sometimes you have like express services, right? So some people they need the design like today and then they will send the information today. So you have to work on it immediately. So you have to know which one should I work on first. Because they send it today, you are going to tell them that, oh, I have another client to work on. Maybe that client needed tomorrow and not today. So you have to know which project needs to be worked on first and which one needs to be worked on second. Okay, then let me also talk about adaptability and willingness to learn. Okay, so with that, the design industry is a changing industry, right? New tools are always coming. Even with Canva, Canva changes their interface, their tools. They're always adding new things. And now we have AI infusion, right? So you have to stay updated. You have to be willing to learn all the time. You have to be able to adapt to new things happening. And you should be learning as well. Okay. You should be researching, oh, what is the new trend in town, right? So be willing to adapt and be willing to learn. Another thing I want to talk about is creativity skills. And this one, when it comes to creativity, some people it comes to them naturally. They are naturally creative, right? Some people will like draw and you're like, damn, how did you come out with this? But then some of us do, we need like a little help, a little push, right? So how you master this skill is by paying attention to your surrounding. Okay. Pay attention to your surrounding. When you go out, there's so many designs around. There's so many design, like thousands and thousands of design. People print new designs almost every day. So look around you when you go to church, when you go to the market, when you go to class. University of Ghana campus, there is posters all around. So look at them. Oh, what color blend? What color combination did they use? How did they arrange their text? Because if it is there, you can tell what color they use and which one is not nice and which one is nice. I'm sure you've seen a design, you're like, this design is not nice, right? But some of them you see and like, wow, this is really nice. It catches your attention. The placement of the pictures catches your attention. So pay attention to your environment. Apart from that, one of you can leverage social media platforms. So Instagram, TikTok, not that much, but Instagram, LinkedIn, follow creators, follow people that design, right? Pinterest is the biggest inspiration board. So they have so many designers there who have published their work. So if you go to Pinterest and if you are designing maybe a flyer for a company, just search for maybe a let's say book cover designs, right? They will give you so many options, right? And then now you have to look at it and then you choose which one you can actually use as a guide, right? So I think in the design industry they have a phrase called still like a designer. Yeah, still like a designer, which means that you are kind of like copying the design, but then you are adding your own flair to it, right? So maybe it's the color combination that you love. So you incorporate that into your work. Then you can find another design that you like the way they arrange the text, right? So that is guiding you on, oh, okay, I can put the date here and put the time here, and it works together because you've seen somebody done it and it looks good together like that. So you copy that, right? It doesn't mean that pick somebody's design and copy it from scratch, like from head to toe. People actually copy people's design like that. I think our invited guest, right? The one who came to speak to us about graphic design for our free class day one. Some of his works have been copied on Pinterest. It's funny because some that his picture is even on the flyer. I don't know why people do that, right? But you don't copy like that. As a designer, you copy, but you don't copy like that. Okay, so copy like a designer, which simply means that you have to know how to use other people's design to inspire yourself and guide you to bring out beautiful design. Another skill I want to talk about because our time is far gone is collaboration skill. Know how to work with team and other designers, how to work with other people, okay? Because sometimes you'll be employing a company and it's a design team. It's not only you, you are not the only person, okay? So maybe I think marketing companies have marketing team, right? And you are part of the marketing team. So your role is to bring out their vision. So you go for the meeting, and then they discuss what they are expecting, what they want, and then you get all this information from the meeting and you sit down and then you break it down and then you bring that visually, you bring uh, the product, the end product is the visual presentation, which is what you will be doing. So know how to work with team members and know how to collaborate when you are in a team. Okay. So with that said, that will be a wrap for today's class. Any questions? I'll take questions. Then we should end by 6:20. So questions. Please, if you have a question, you can raise your hand and then I will mention your name. Then you unmute yourself. Then you ask your question. Anybody with a question so far? Oh, okay. We don't have questions. We are good. All right. If you don't have questions, then I have an assignment for you all. It's not an official assignment, but you're all supposed to do it, okay? So your assignment, which you'll be sharing tomorrow when we meet at 7 p.m., is that you should think about why you want to learn designing and write it down. Why do you want to learn graphic design? And then write it down. And then when we come to class, you will share it with that. So wrapping up, I would say that I'm really excited to share this, to start this journey with all of you. Tomorrow we'll dive deep into Canva. We already went over Canva in our free class, but then tomorrow we'll do more practical. So we'll do a deep dive. If you have any question on the pro account and if your money is ready, you can reach out to me and then we can set it up for you, right? Then, if you have any concerns at all too, you can DM me or you can ask on our page. Please remember that success starts with showing up and doing the work. Please, as a graphic designer, you cannot sleep. You cannot sleep and expect to improve. Vera, do you have a question?
Yes, when you spoke about the money, and I remembered. So I realized that we paid 50% of the registration fee, but I realized that now the scholarship has increased to 70%. So I'm wondering what happens to we who actually believed in you and then decided to pay first. Are we going to get a short end of the stick, or what will happen to our are we also going to be considered for the 70%, or what's up? I want to talk about that.
Oh, okay. No, you will not be considered for the 70%. That's the short answer. So the 50% scholarship actually came about because I had conversation with few people in the class and they mentioned that they are not able to afford the 50% off, right? So it is just to like help more people be able to access the class. Yes. So since you were able to pay for it, it means you could afford it. So that one is for those who couldn't afford the 50%. Is that okay?
It's not okay, but I'll take it like that.
All right. Any other question? If not, as I was saying that success starts with showing up and doing the work. And I believe that everybody can show up and do the work. And I believe in you. If you are joining me on this journey, know that I really, really believe in you. And at the end of this journey, I want to see you as a successful graphic designer who has started his journey and is going to do amazing things in the world. So please, we shouldn't forget our homework and then let's make this journey a productive one and fun. I'll see you all tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Okay. So thank you all and have a good evening.
You too.
Thank
Bye.
you and have a good evening. Bye.
Bye.